action-packed wrestling in the brand new action-packed wrestling arena in downtown Chester, South Carolina. I'm Dan Parris, and we got several big matches coming on hand tonight. Matches tonight taped for local cable TV to be shown in the Chester and Rock Hill, South Carolina area. And we're opening up with Josh Powers taking on Mickie Richards. This first time I've ever seen Josh Powers in action. But we got several big matches. Guarantee it's going to be a real good night of matches coming up here. Josh Powers attempting a hip toss and Mickie Richards blocking it. Backslide. It's not enough to put young Josh Powers away. So far it's a pretty clean matchup. We have some technical audio problems in the back if you hear something. It's the arena mic malfunctioning. All right, Josh Powers now with a headlock. Mickie Richards fighting out. Tackle. Josh Powers goes over it. Trying, reverses the hip toss. Like I said, a clean matchup. Josh Powers with a lariat and an elbow smash. Young Josh Powers giving Mickie Richards a very hard time here. Mickie Richards gets into the ropes. All right, we have young Josh Powers ready to go right here. Mickie Richards with a full arm wringer and twist. Once again, Mickie Richards, the upper hand here. Taking a young man, going after him, trying to make a name for himself. Mickie Richards now stomping the arm. Mickie Richards going to throw him in that turnbuckle. Full arm wringer and twist. Mickie Richards with the upper hand. Like I said, it's been a pretty much a clean match. Young Josh Powers is trying to make a name for himself here in action-packed wrestling. Let's see if he can climb the ranks in professional wrestling here. Mickie Richards with a headlock. Wait a minute, goes back to that headlock. I think he was going for a hammerlock, but it was blocked. Mickie Richards losing his temper with a punch to the forehead. Got him in trouble here. He's going to whip him into the turnbuckle. Josh Powers blocks it with an elbow smash. He's on that second turnbuckle. He's getting ready to jump off. Whatever he tried there didn't quite work out. I think he was trying for an elbow or something. Mickie Richards with a drop kick. He got a 2 count. Young Josh Powers is pretty new to wrestling, and he's trying to see what works and what doesn't work while he's in the ring. And, you know, young man is very much got a fighting spirit, but it's just not enough. All right, Mickie Richards has his man. Got him in a chin lock. A shot to the chest. Whoa, he goes for a knee drop and he misses. Whoa, he's going for a drop kick. And Mickie Richards dodged it. I don't think he had quite the elevation he had in mind as well also to execute what he had planned out. Young Josh Powers is trying really hard though. Mickie Richards trying for an attempted elbow smash. Powers with a lariat. Powers now losing his temper. Attempting another lariat, and Mickie Richards blocks it with a boot. Mickie Richards with the win.
We're doing the match. 8 minutes, 12 seconds. Boogie. Richards.
Young Josh Powers doesn't have the experience, but he put up a fight and he lost. Well, we'll be right back with more action-packed wrestling.
With the Dean Jr. of professional wrestling, Dan Parris. Dan, good to have you here, brother.
Bill, it's good to see you, and I'm going to tell you what, we're going to be watching action-packed wrestling. After a little bit of a hiatus, it's back, and we're in Chester, South Carolina. Brand new arena here, and I'm going to...
Beautiful building. I'm going to tell you right now, brother, they have spared no expense. I mean, it is gorgeous. TV doesn't do it justice, I'm telling you right now, but right here in the ring, we got Andy Chavis going against Lee Hawkins in our opening television bout. But I'm telling you right now, buddy, this is the best bang in the buck for the wrestling business. You know, not to pick on any arenas and not to mention any names, but their initials are the Bilo Center. Okay, you're like a half a mile away from the ring. It looks like two bugs running around in there. But right here, like I always say, man, action-packed wrestling puts you 5 feet from the ring and 10 feet from the violence.
Well, and not only that, you see action-packed wrestling. It's every Friday night. And as far as I can tell you, admission is $5. So, hey, we're
between $5 and $7, depending on where we sit. I'm going to tell you right now, but it's 110 Helen Street in Chester, South Carolina. And I'll tell you, we got a good crowd here tonight. But going on in the ring, a big hip toss by young Lee Hawkins and another one on Andy Chavis, and big clothesline by the youngster, 240 pounds of ready to rumble Lee Hawkins going on right now in our first TV bout. Right here, fans. I don't know what channel you're joining us on, but I'll tell you right now, it looks great on television.
If you're in the Rock Hill, South Carolina area, Chester, South Carolina area, check your local listings and you'll check out action-packed wrestling. And I'm going to guarantee you, the promotion's been around for a while.
Oh, brought him back into the ring the hard way, as we call it, Dan.
That's right. They've been around a while, and they give you a good quality of night of wrestling.
Absolutely. Family show, you know, like I said, and there's not a bad seat in the house. We're about, what do you say, Dan, 25 feet back from the ring, and we're the furthest away from anybody. I mean, and we got great seats.
Right, correct. And I'm going to tell you what, you and I are technically, I guess you'd consider ringside.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. These fans, they bring out their kids, they bring a neighbor, they bring a relative, they bring an enemy. We don't care, just bring somebody. But action right there going on in the ring. And young Lee Hawkins has just took control of this match, of the seasoned veteran, Andy Chavis, the Native American from Pembroke, North Carolina. Referee right there in position. You know, and that looks like a simple, what is that, Dan? Like a arm bar kind of, and he got him hanging onto it.
He got him with the overhand top wrist lock, and
overhand top wrist lock. You just never cease to amaze me.
Lee Hawkins
right now
with an arm drag.
No doubt about it. But see, he's got pressure on the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist all at once, okay? So that could tentatively turn into something damaging or, you know, in the right situation, a submission hold. I mean, most of these guys' injuries are shoulder, back, and knee thing related, joints and things that can't put muscle on, you know. Oh, he telegraphed that and hard down to the mat. He pays the price.
He grabbed him right by the hair and threw him back.
The veteran, Andy Chavis, taking young Lee Hawkins to school, so to speak. And like we were talking before a couple weeks ago on a TV taping, oh, man, what impact. You know, Dan, some of the old school guys like Bill White and stuff had told me they've drove 300 miles. They wouldn't know who their opponent was till they stepped into the ring. But with the internet with television, with tweeting, with Facebook. Man, these guys have scouted each other up, down, and may have never even stepped in the ring with each other. These guys know each other like the back of their hand. And another almost decapitated him. And the cover, this is probably it. 1, 2, and young Lee Hawkins kicks out at 2.5. But
Hawkins got a lot of fight, and you can't count him out.
But you've been filmed somewhere, you're on somewhere. Everybody's got a camera, everybody's putting it on Facebook, everybody putting it on YouTube. So these guys well scout each other right there. And once again, big mistake, rookie mistake. Ooh, stiff elbow.
He telegraphed a back body drop.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you right now, not taking anything away from Lee Hawkins, but there's no doubt you can look and see who the seasoned veteran is there, and it's Andy Chavis. Oh!
He's trying to sunset flip him.
Sunset flip. Oh, can he make it to the ropes? Can he make it?
He's walking away toward it.
He does. There you go. Referee's going to ask for the break. Oh, referee kicked it up in 1, 2, oh, and 2 3/4. Wow, what kind of move was that? Oh, and a big boot.
Referee making a very controversial call there.
Well, you know, we can't hear what's going on there in the ring, what he's saying. He may have, disrespected the referee or something. Referee got a little payback. Never can tell. But I'll tell you right now, going at it hot and heavy right here. Hot town in the old town tonight right here this Friday night. And you're probably watching this on Saturday on your local TV station, maybe a Wednesday. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you right now, these guys are going at it.
Well, no matter what.
The far corner. Oh, nobody home. Nobody home. Did I say, Dan, there was nobody home?
He just ate a turnbuckle, no doubt. But
absolutely, without any salt or pepper.
That's right. And no matter where you're at, Friday night, Chester, South Carolina, downtown is the place to be.
Absolutely. We're two blocks off of Main Street, 110 Helen Street in Chester. And like I said, it looks great on television. The graphics at the beginning of the show are beautiful. The sound effects are great. The camera angles are great. But there is nothing like being at a sporting event live. Nothing. I've been involved in wrestling for 10 years, been a wrestling fan for 40, and I get excited every time I get about 10 feet from the ring. I just really, really do. And these guys been going wide open for about 6 or 7 minutes. Uh-oh. A lazy kind of cover. He's not going to cover him like that. 1, 2. Lee Hawkins kicks out.
You're not going to beat him that way.
Nah, he was trying to be smug. I think that was more of an insult than a cover. Ooh, big boot to the midsection. Lee Hawkins in a bad way.
It was arrogant.
Absolutely arrogant. Flip it and arrogant. There you go. Do you like that $2 word, Dan? Uh-oh. Chavis is working to the crowd, and you've said it many, many times, Dan. He don't have to beat the woman on the front row, brother. He sat up there too long, and Lee Hawkins moved out of the way. These guys get up there, and they go to work in that crowd, and they forget about their opponent, and look at here. Oh, man, knocked his headband right off his head. And Lee Hawkins with fisticuffs going to work.
The crowd is very important, and we appreciate everybody that comes. But
backdrop by young Lee Hawkins.
Your focus needs to be on the man in the ring.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And, the 3 count, that's all it is. It's 3 seconds. Okay, they may have wrestled for 15 minutes, but you lose focus for a second, it's over. Oh, what we got going here, Dan?
Man, it's almost like a neck breaker type move he got him in.
Absolutely. I'll tell you right now, wrestling fans, if it wasn't for Dan, I'd be lost. He's forgot more holds than most people will ever know. And a cover again by Andy Chavis.
He got him by those arms and turned him around and dropped with him. Now, see, the pressure that came off that move was on both in the trapezius muscles in your shoulders and your neck.
Trapezius, is that above your pectoralis majors and pectoralis minors?
It's connected to your neck and your shoulders.
Oh, man, I'll tell you right now, buddy. That's right, wrestling fans. There is no doubt about it. Dan Parris is on top of it. Oh, duck under. Ooh, big.
Man, he looks like he had some.
Did he have an object?
Winner of the match in 7 minutes, 8 seconds. Andy Chavis.
That's right, wrestling fans. That quick. I think he had something in his hands. He stuffed it in his tights, but the referee didn't see it. And it's like speeding, Dan. If you don't get caught, it's not cheating. But there you go. There's your winner, Andy Chavis. And we'll be back, wrestling fans, right after this commercial break.
Very controversial, but Lee Hawkins goes in defeat.
Again, for our next exciting match here on Action Pack Wrestling, Michael Frehley from Phoenix, Arizona. And I'll tell you right now, this kid is smug, arrogant, all you want to say, but he backs it up, Dan, against young Jesse Windham. Uh-oh, Jesse Windham done stole his sunglasses, and Michael Frehley just not reacting well to that. Oh, my goodness.
Call it psychological warfare, Bill.
Absolutely. You know, if your opponent is beaten before you get in the ring, you know, you don't have to do much, but that's exactly right. Get under a guy's skin, whatever advantage you can get. And there's the bell. Young Jesse Windham going up against Michael Frehley of Phoenix, Arizona. Crowd really behind him right here at the Action Pack Wrestling Arena here in Chester.
In fact, you know, Jesse Windham, I haven't seen him before, but I understand he's pretty well traveled and
big, long, tall drink of water. On TV, I'm sure he doesn't look like it, but what do you think? 6'4", 6'5", big, tall kid.
Never been about 6'3", 6'4", something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, he's going to get tested here tonight against Michael Frehley. You talk about well-traveled. Michael Frehley working all over the country. You know, done a stint down in Puerto Rico, up north, all over. Collar, elbow tie up, side headlock.
He's done real well in Georgia, too. And
absolutely.
I understand, though, didn't you say he had a little bit of a military training all of a sudden?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. He's in great physical condition. Float over. Big, high hip toss. Oh, man. Big elbow, and Jesse Wyndham's come to life right here.
That's right. Last time I saw Frehley, he is about 30 pounds smaller than what he is now, and he is really beefed up. But Jesse Windham, you know, don't know a whole lot about him, Bill, but he comes...
local boy.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Highly recommended. Local boy, made good. I mean, you know, that's the thing. Got to look. Oh, flipping to the thing. Big monkey flip. Wow, flipped him 3/4 of the way across the ring. Oh, plants him there. Michael Frehley in a bad way. Oh, and a chop. And another right in the throat, Dan. I'll tell you right now, this kid, Jesse Windham, is on fire. Wow, he was 8 feet in the air if he was an inch. And Michael Frehley doing the right thing, brother, breaking the momentum and going to ringside.
He shows a lot of fight and a lot of fire, but so far it's still inexperienced. But
that's exactly right. Those were a bunch of high-risk maneuvers and things right there. Michael Frehley, I guarantee you, felt a pin coming on or a pin attempt and bailed outside the ring. And it's broke the momentum. He's going to take advantage of this 10 count, sign of a veteran. You know, I'll tell you right now, this pro wrestling is a game, like you say, of human chess. You know, the key is a lot of times the best wrestler doesn't win, without a doubt. I mean, a lot of times the best ring psychologist wins. The guy that knows how to distract the referee, how to kill the momentum, doing exactly what Michael Frehley's doing right now. You know, he felt the momentum running to Jesse, and he's going to bring it back in the hard way. Oh, man!
Slingshot.
Unbelievable. Now, big short, what is that, German uppercut?
That's a forearm smash.
Okay, there we go. Duck under. And another.
Oh, wait a minute.
Drop kicked him in the back.
What
wow.
timing, what timing.
Oh, Dan, that hurt me. And there's a 2 count. I'm lucky that kid kicked out.
I think Jesse Windham was going for maybe an elbow or something.
That high-risk stuff, Dan, I'm going to tell you right now, it's great. It looks phenomenal on television. It looks amazing in person. But I'm going to tell you right now, he telegraphed that. He went up on that second rope. Michael Frehley had about a second to respond. He got that drop kicking in his back, and look at that. The momentum has changed that quickly.
Fantastic timing.
Oh, there he goes. See, there he goes right back to the back. He's got him down with a short drop kick there on the mat. And Michael Frehley, Michael Frehley's making a mistake. You know, there's nothing wrong with talking junk to the crowd or getting your heat, as you so to speak, or whatever. But I tell you, see there? He took too long. Ooh, short forearm.
Yeah, you want the crowd to either like you or hate you, but the thing of it is, you got to stay focused on what's going on.
Absolutely. The crowd can distract you, and it's over. I mean, that quick. But that's right, wrestling fans. If you're joining us, like I said, in Rock Hill or Charlotte or Chester or any of those 5 or 6 counties right there, if you're within the sound of Dan and my voice, we encourage you to come down here each and every Friday night at 110 Helen Street, Chester, South Carolina, and bring your family. It's a good family. Oh, wow. Double knee to the back. He's got a game plan. He's got a game plan. He's working that back, that lower extremity right there, going up on the top ropes. Big elbow drop. Signs of Macho Man Randy Savage. And here's the cover. I think we got a winner. Oh, and he kicks out. I thought that was it. I was fixing to grab the mic and announce the winner, Dan. But like I said, 110 Helen Street every Friday night. What's he got here? Is that a Cobra Clutch?
That's a chin lock, but wait a minute. No, now he's got him in a double European wrist lock.
Dan, you just amazed me, brother. Double European wrist lock. It looks like he's making a pretzel to me. But anyway, look at there. He's got his knee in that lower back. He's got a game plan. He hurt that back, and he hadn't let up off of it in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
A lot of people have really not kept up with British wrestling in the past, but I'm sure you've heard of some people like the Dynamite Kid.
Fit Finley.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, them guys can tie you in knots, brother. Everybody's the same size on the mat. And none of those guys were ever the biggest guy in the ring by no stretch of the imagination. But they could wear you out.
Or even today, British has Doug Williams, who is very talented.
Absolutely. I think the only guy that could probably hang with them was the great Stu Hart, Bret Hart's father. They said he could go hold for hold right on the mat with any of those guys. But like you said, those European guys, they use that old school style of mentality. Ooh, see there, he's working that back again. I'm telling you, this kid, Michael Frehley, has got a game plan against this kid, Jesse Windham. Oh, but he's being arrogant. Being arrogant. I think he just, like you said, more than psychology, just smugly covered him there. And he kicks out. But, you know, these guys have been going at it for 7 or 8 minutes here, Dan. Wide open.
6-minute mark, and I'm going to tell you what, man. Michael Frehley's getting a little bit too cocky.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. It can change that quick. And, you know, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. There is no doubt about it. You can believe what you want to be about pro wrestlers. These guys are world-class athletes. And almost a 3 count right there, but I've said it 1,000,000 times. The average street fight lasts 25 seconds, and that's 20 seconds of me talking trash to you. So these guys have been going wide open for 6.5 minutes now. And I'll tell you, if you don't think that's the deal, you've heard me say this before, Dan, walk to the end of your street and get your newspaper and walk back and see if you don't have to take a 15-minute break. But Michael Frehley going outside, what is he going to, Dan?
I don't know. He's taking a lot of time now.
Oh, big moving over. There you go. Flips his way in. Puts his whole body weight down on young Jesse Windham.
From Mexico, that's called a senton, and your whole...
Senton. Boy, I'll tell you right now, I've got to get a notepad and take notes when I'm sitting beside a Dan Parris.
Your whole weight is in that move right there.
Oh, no doubt. Big leverage from the ropes. It flips in, lands your shoulders, your width of your back, down on that guy. And, oh, outside. Knee draped across the edge of that apron where there is no padding. That's where the steel ring support. There's almost like a railroad track, metal, and a cover again right there on the edge of that ring, buddy. And he just wrenched that knee in a direction it was not meant to go.
Doesn't forgive, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. You know, I've accidentally fallen getting out of the ring before announcing over the years and hurt myself. So I'm telling these guys, and a veteran knows that. A veteran knows that the edge of that ring can be used as a weapon. Oh, face full of turnbuckle. Face full of turnbuckle by Michael Frehley on Jesse Windham. Oh, is he going to chop him? Here he goes. Oh, worked me and the crowd. I love it. Oh, and he got a reversal. Jesse Windham going in. Took too long, and Michael Frehley got that boot up. Oh, high impact. Wow, could this be it?
Spine buster, and he turns the tide.
I'll tell you right now, that might have took as much out of Jesse Windham as it did Michael Frehley. Cameraman right on top of the action. Who's going to make it to their feet first? The referee started the 10 count. Jesse Wyndham's up. That doesn't mean anything. Michael Frehley may be baiting him. Oh, big right hand. And another. Reversal into the far ropes. Duck under. And another. Oh, he caught him that time. Caught him that time. I'll guarantee you Michael Frehley didn't think he'd go to the well twice, and that was a mistake. Is this going to be it, Dan? 1, 2, and a kick out.
It was close, that's for sure.
It was close, absolutely. Dan, how long have they been going? About 8 or 9 minutes?
They're about the 8.5-minute mark.
Wow, I'll tell you, I'm getting tired just talking about them wrestling. These guys are going wide open.
I don't know the time limit on this, Bill, but I'm going to...
10 minutes.
Oh, man. Well, these guys probably don't even know.
2 minutes remaining in the match. 2 minutes.
Now they know, Dan. How you like that, brother? I'm so multitasking, it's pathetic.
These guys could run out of time here.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Going up on that second rope and that high rope, which is high risk for both guys. You know, when you and I were growing up, I remember the superplex off the second rope by the Mass Superstar was just a tremendous high move. Oh, what was that? Man, he planted him.
That was like a sunset flip, but turned into a power bomb.
Oh, this has got to be the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and he kicked out even with the ropes. Even with Michael Frehley using the ropes, Jesse Windham was able to kick out. Referee was a little out of position. And Michael Frehley's not a happy camper, so to speak.
Might have about a minute left, Bill.
Absolutely. He's going back up to those ropes again.
Time ticking away.
These guys may go to a draw. You never can tell. Oh, he's going up again. I'm going to tell you right now, I think he's going to the well one time, many too often.
Looks like he might be a little out of gas.
Oh, did you see that? Oh, my God. He clotheslined him when he come off that top rope. He almost killed him. This has got to be it.
That's it.
In 9 minutes, 6 seconds, Jesse Windham.
That's right, wrestling fans. What a high-impact move that was. Man, he could have decapitated him. And right there, the local star from Chester, South Carolina, Jesse Windham, your winner. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
The lariat does the job, and Jesse Windham gets the win. We got a little more action coming up. Action-packed wrestling momentarily.
Action-packed wrestling, I call it the lost art of tag team wrestling. There's just not a lot of great tag teams left in the world in any federation, anywhere. But we are loaded up here at Action Pack Wrestling. We got 4 guys in there right now. Of course, we got another tag team match coming up here later on the card tonight. Hopefully you can get to see it on TV. So we've got a division that, like I said, is just a lost art. You know, tag team wrestling is a different sport altogether. You got to know your opponent. You got to know your partner. You know, the guys that have worked together, that travel up and down the roads, spend more time with their partners than they do with their families. You know, shades of the Anderson brothers. You know, these guys lived, slept, ate, breathed, drove with each other. 100,000 miles a year sometimes, so they knew each other inside and out. And right now, we've got pretty boy Bradford Steele locking up
with John Malus.
John Malus with a side headlock. And you know, Bradford Steele, big kid, 235 pounds from West Palm Beach, Florida, shoots him in and big, running to that oak tree from Soda City, South Carolina. He knocked a taste out of his mouth, Dan. That's all you can say. You can call that a wrestling movie if you want to. That just slapped him right in the mouth.
That's what you call a good old-fashioned knuckle sandwich.
Absolutely. You know, that wasn't a European nothing. That wasn't a German this. That was just a slap right in the mouth. And they went to work on that arm. Oh, big knee, big boot, right under the armpit. And Brandon Paradise, Russian leg sweep. Was that what that was, Dan?
Exactly.
Oh, my God. A for Bill. And a kick at it, too. There you go. I knew a wrestling move, Dan. Can you imagine that?
Popularized by Brad Armstrong.
Absolutely. Brad Armstrong's not Russian.
No, but he's the one that pretty much...
Maybe he learned it from Nikita Koloff.
Who knows?
Okay,
but,
there you go. That's the lie. It's my lie. Let me tell you, I want it in the corner. Oh, lighten up. Big, pretty boy Bradford Steele. John Malus coming in, and that's about 3 or 4 chops. Man, his chest is going to be like shredded wheat in the morning.
He's in trouble.
I'll tell you right now, wrestling fans, they are working him over like a $2 mule. Brother, I'm going to tell you, there is no doubt about it. They have zeroed on him. Bradford, look at that chest, Dan. It's red from where we're sitting. Double elbow, and down he goes. Chad Wilson yet to tag in. 1, 2, and a kick out.
Maybe he don't want to tag in after this.
He don't want to tag in. I'm going to tell you right now. They are just beating it, but Jesus, at a pretty boy Bradford Steele, they beating the pretty off of him. You know, wrestling is a tough sport. You know, a lot of egos and stuff like this, and I've noticed that guys with little catchphrases like pretty boy and things like that, that's a mistake in this business. These veterans, brother, they'll beat the pretty right off of you in a minute. Say the referee wasn't counting fast enough, but the referee's a great official, no doubt about it. Right in control, right in position.
There's Paradise in there.
Big forearm to the back, shoulder area. Tags in John Malus, and we're yet to see action out of Chad Wilson. Look at that, trips him down. Shoots into the ropes, and big flying elbow. Man, they went to work on the back. They going for the cover. 1, 2, hooks the leg. That was textbook.
Synchronized tag team wrestling.
No doubt about it. Like I said, the lost sport of tag team wrestling. You know, I'll tell you, you can watch pro wrestling all you want to, but when you watch 4 guys that really know how to tag in and out, it's a different show all in itself.
The thing of it is, wrestling and tag team is, the secret is this: you're 2 wrestlers working as 1 unit.
Well, and you've hit on that. You know, wrestling has evolved just like any other sport to put me on television, put a title on me, and pay me the big money. Okay? And, you know, you got a tag team and you guys are champions, you may be splitting the money. So an ego runs amok. Next thing you know, everybody's coming to being a singles competitor, and then you look around and one guy's gone. Okay? So it is hard to find a good partner that, like you said, works as one with yourself and keeping the egos out of it. I mean, you know, that's the key. But these guys have come up with a plan right here. Chad Wilson, they've been going 4 or 5 minutes. Chad Wilson has yet to step off the outside apron.
Yeah, he's got a night off so far.
Absolutely. Easiest money he'll ever make. There's no doubt about it. And I'm going to tell you, there's a cover again. They went for about 4 or 5 covers, and Chad Wilson getting a little frustrated. He tried to come in right there, and his partner kicked out. Referee looked up and kept him out of there. But I'm telling you right now, is he going to make the tag? Finally, Chad Wilson comes in, and Brandon Paradise was waiting on him. Deep arm drag. And another. Followed up by a big, short clothesline.
After about 4 minutes, he's in there.
That's it, and Bradford Steele is out on the ring side. He's not just now getting back up on the apron. Brother, in what they call it in the wrestling business, he's flat blowed up. There is no doubt. They wore that boy out.
He's been hung out to dry, Bill.
But Chad Wilson's done come in, and the momentum has shifted. And he's going what he thinks may be the weak link here, Brandon Paradise, but I'm not sure. I mean, the Soda City Bad Boys, they've been tagging for several years. So, I mean, I think they're the best unit. I don't know if Chad Wilson and Pretty Boy Brad have ever tagged. So,
I'm not sure, but I think these guys, the Soda City Bad Boys, come around from the lower country of South Carolina.
Well known throughout the Carolinas. Down in the Charleston area, the beautiful area down in there, Summerville, Columbia, up into Charlotte, you know, all over the 2-state areas, you know. Oh, and he stomps that arm.
Well, actually, the further you go into South Carolina, it's almost like you get a different wrestlers from that area.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you know, South Carolina's got 3 areas. Got the low country, which is Charleston. Got the mid thumping, they call it the PD area, which is Columbia, and then the upstate, which is Greenville. And, you know, you got to be really good to cover all 3 of those areas and get over or get a win or get known or whatever. So, you know, Brandon Paradise and John Malus are well known throughout the entire state of South Carolina. What he got on him? Front face lock?
That's what he's got.
Man, I'll tell you right now, Dan, I might be just replacing you. No, don't believe that.
You can have this job.
I learned 2 holds, and I'm not a color commentator. I'm a ring announcer, and the referee says no. But Bradford Steele, see, I could easily slick into a chokehold if the referee's out of position, but he cinched it up.
That's his whole idea, to do it without being caught.
That's exactly right. Speeding ain't speeding if you don't get caught. So, you know, these guys, and I've said this before, good wrestlers know the rules. They know they've got a 5 count to break the hold. They'll break it 4 1/2, 4 3/4 sometimes. They know they've got a 10 count to get back in that ring. You know, they know the deal. Now, watch this. He's got a count. Referee just now starting the count, but they beat on him for a couple seconds.
And you got 5 seconds in there before you get disqualified.
And, you know, a big old hunk of meat like one of these boys, 240 pounds, beat on you for 5 seconds, me or you'd be dead. So, I mean, you know, these guys, watch this. See there? He knows he's right in front of the referee. He knows he's got a 5 count. So it doesn't matter what the referee screams. The referee's got to scream 1 through 5. But the cameraman right on top of it, wrestling fans. Like I said, it looks good on television, but I encourage you to come here every Friday night to 110 Helen Street, Chester, South Carolina. Action-packed wrestling. Ticket prices less than $10. Man, 2 or 3 hours of fun. You know, this 30-minute TV show or 1-hour TV show that you're watching just does not do it justice. Bell time at 8 o'clock. We go wide open for 2 hours every Friday night. And Big Chad with authority had his opponent's neck across that second rope and just all of his body weight.
Action-packed wrestling has prices that you can bring the whole family out.
Absolutely. Not picking on any form of entertainment, but I'll tell you right now, Dan, I don't know if you've been to a movie lately, but you go to a movie with a couple of kids and buy $8 worth of popcorn per kid and $12 for a ticket, you got 3 nickels left out of a $100 bill before you sit down. Okay, so I mean, bang for the buck. Action-packed wrestling and professional wrestling, there is no doubt about it. And the referee calling for it, and he says no. Looked like a kind of a camel clutch there, wasn't it?
That's what he had him in.
Oh, man, did I know 3 wrestling holds tonight, Dan?
The problem he's got to do here, Bill, he's got to get him all the way on the mat, and make his weight go on him while he's laying on the mat.
So what you're saying is with his knees up there, he's relieving some of that pressure off his back. I've got you.
He's got him up a little bit vertical.
If that was the Iron Sheik, he'd have him laying vertical and pull him up and stretch him, so to speak.
And he'd be tearing his neck all to pieces.
I got you, no doubt about it. So, man, they wrenching back on him now. Man, they are wrenching back on Brandon Paradise, and this may be the deal. Man, this has turned into like a neck breaker kind of deal.
Paradise
and Paradise up! Wow, look at that move. Can he make the tag?
Falls back with a slam.
Can he make the tag?
He had Paradise where he was able to get up to one knee.
Oh, and Chad Wilson cuts him off. Cuts him off about 2 feet from the corner. So close, but yet so far. And taunting. Did you see him, Danny? He's taunting John Malus over there.
Billy made a mistake because he had him up to where he could get that one knee up and then stand up.
Yeah, he should have stood up and kind of fell back towards his own corner and made the tag. But again, you and I are at ringside. 20/20 hindsight. These guys are in there doing it. Oh, duck under. Another duck under. Double clothesline, and down goes both guys. Man, the referee's going to start the 10 count, and these guys have been going wide open for how long, Dan?
We're about 9 minutes.
Wow, 9 minutes. My car got a flat one time, and I had to walk 9 minutes. It nearly killed me. Okay, so I'm telling you right now, buddy, these guys, like I said, world-class athletes going wide open. And Brandon Paradise is needing to make a tag, and in he comes. In comes the big boy, the big soda pop himself, John Malus, and he is going to work on pretty boy Bradford Steele and Chad Wilson. He is ducking under, and he is, what do you call it, Dan? Cleaning house, so to speak. And, oh, he's got him up. Wow. What was that, like a belly-to-belly suplex?
Pretty much.
Oh, man, I've learned 4 wrestling moves tonight. I'm so impressed. I'm getting smarter just sitting beside of you, Dan. I'll tell you right now. Bradford Steele reversing him in. Oh, into his own partner. He ate the steel. He's ate the steel. Drops him down on his chin. This may be it, Dan. Big high impact. Looks like we're going to have a winner. And there it is.
Winners of the match in 11 minutes, 2 seconds. The Soda City Bad Boys.
That's right, wrestling fans. 3 seconds is that quick. And right there, Dan, the seasoned tag team. The guys that's been together the longest, Brandon Paradise, John Malus, the Soda City Bad Boys, your winners. And we'll be right back, wrestling fans, after this commercial break. Best of three. The best of three for the vacant Cruiserweight Championship here at Action Pack Wrestling. And Dan Parris and I have been joined by the second generation pro wrestler himself and the promoter of Action Pack Wrestling, Big Doug Hawkins. And Doug, I see you come out here because I know you're a fan of both of these guys. These guys are some amazing high flyers, and there's no doubt the best 2 cruiserweights in Action Pack Wrestling are going at it for that vacant title.
Oh, no doubt about it, Bill. That's why I want to come out here and watch this, and I knew how good it's going to be. That's why I booked these young guys. I love the guys get out here and go hold for hold, move for move, and give the people what the marquee says, wrestling.
Absolutely. These guys are wrestlers. And I'll tell you, I get tired just watching them go at each other.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'll be blowed up once in the ring. These 2 guys that get in there, they're going to go at it. They've got a great feud going, 2 great cruiserweights, and it ought to be a tremendous match right here.
That's right. This is the second of the best of 3. Last week, AJ Frost got the win, and you know, if it's tonight, that'll be 2. That'll be who we crowning a new cruiserweight champion, right?
It could end tonight. We got the belt shined up, ready to go on its way if need to be.
You know, that's the thing. I was talking about that the other day. You know, in pro wrestling, people can think what they want to think, but people don't pay to see losers. You know, the belt puts you on television. The belt puts you on posters. The belt puts you in front of the crowd. The belt makes you a winner. You get paid more. So, you know, there's a lot on the line with this.
Well, especially in an independent circuit as we are, we're not the big time. That belt means a lot. It can get you more bookings, which means more money, which means more notoriety and exposure, and everybody wants to go.
Fortune follows fame. Absolutely. The golden rule. He who's got the gold makes the rules.
That's right. That's right.
Right there, we got AJ Frost. Double hammer there, and going to work. And like I said, Dan, watch, he knows he's got a 5 count. We were talking about that earlier, Doug. You know, good professional wrestlers know the rules. They know how to bend them. They know they've got a 5 count to break a hold. They know they've got 10 to get back in the ring. And there's no doubt AJ Frost is a 10-year veteran. You know, he's been going at it right since he was 18, and you know, he's been going wide open for 10 years. He knows the rules like the back of his hand, and he can bend them right to the ground.
Oh, no doubt about it. He knows the rules. I've wrestled AJ many a time, and been on him a long time, and he knows the rules, and he's going to take them rules, and he's going to use it every bit of his advantage, no doubt about it.
Hard slam right there, followed up by, vicious knee. Looked like he caught him across the throat, Dan.
Man, I tell you what, A.J. Frost is not the biggest guy in the world, but you read the Bible, David was nowhere near the size of Goliath.
Absolutely.
And guess who won that battle?
There's no doubt about it. A.J. Frost is a tough little man, probably pound for pound, one of the toughest professional wrestlers we've got here in Action Pack Wrestling.
And got a mean streak a mile long. I mean, he is just as dirty and as nasty as they come. He'd rather poke you in the eye, and any shortcut, he'll take it.
My grandmother used to say, just a nasty little cuss.
Yeah, it's a nasty little cuss.
Absolutely, but there is no doubt the popular battler is from Rock Hill himself. Is that little guy in there right now, Baja? The fans just love him.
They love Baja. Baja is a great fan favorite. He's been with us for quite a few years. Just recently battled some medical condition where he was in a coma for a while and just made his comeback. Also the owner and operator of Six Star Pest Controls out of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
There you go. You call that cheap plugs from Doug. All right, I like that. There we go.
Yeah, he'll owe me for that one.
But I'll tell you right now, like you said, Baja had some serious health problems. Was in the hospital for a number of weeks. Came back. I was here the night he came back, and the place exploded.
Yeah, they really love this kid. They really love. He's got a great attitude. Been around for a long time. Actually, I think Jimmy Valiant has some of the help on training him. I think he's a student of Boogie Valiant's wrestling school up there out of Virginia.
Shawsville, Virginia. I'll tell you right now, if he's been trained an inkling by Boogie Woogie man Jimmy Valiant, he really knows what he's doing. But A.J. Frost got him right now. What's he got on him, Dan?
And he's got him in a chin lock. Notice he's got that knee right in his back. And that's a lot of pressure in that back.
Absolutely. You know, Doug, I've learned 4 wrestling moves just sitting here beside of Dan, the dean of professional wrestling. I'm going to tell you, there's no doubt about it. And Bob, just blatantly pulled the hair. Like you said, there's that mean streak.
Not to change the subject, take nothing away from this match, but speaking of legends such as Boogie, after we had Ricky Morton here a couple weeks ago, the fans wanted him back, and we got him coming back July the 15th right here back at Action Pack.
Wow, what a coup de grace by Action Pack promoter Doug Hawkins. What was that, July the 15th?
July the 15th, Ricky Morton of the Rock Roll Express.
Without a doubt, I'm a big fan. 14-time tag team champions, rock and roll Ricky Morton. If you're within the sound of my voice, you better get here early. We're going to pack it out that night, July the 15th. But A.J. Frost,
double underhook, almost like in a DDT.
Look at this, man. Got him in some kind of MMA submission hold. Wow. A lot of pressure on that lower back. Got his legs locked around him. It's hard to breathe.
Got him tied up like a pretzel.
Absolutely. That's the thing about these young guys, brother. They can do moves that you and I can only watch on television. And I'm going to tell you, Baja may be close to tapping out here. We may be about to crown a new cruiserweight champion because it's 1-0 already, and he calls him over. Boom, big. Oh, hit him right in the forehead with the fist right in front of the referee. Oh, cover, got his feet on the ropes. The referee not going for that. Referee in perfect position.
That is a great referee there. I've noticed in the other matches tonight, he's been very thorough and very to the point, and ain't letting them get away with this stuff.
Well, and like we were saying a while ago, you know, the people can say what they want to, you know, referee's out of position or whatever. It's a hard job. And a good professional, a conniving little sniff, you know, can work the referee, get him out of position, and use the referee to his advantage.
That's right. That's right.
Got him right there on the ropes using that 5 count, just choking him with that bottom rope. Unbelievable. Cameraman right on top of the action, folks. If you're looking at it from that camera angle, he's less than 5 feet from the ring and 10 feet from the violence. But like I said, there's not a bad seat at Action Pack Wrestling at 110 Helen Street on Chester. Come down here Friday night and bring somebody. But I think right now, I just got a feeling, not picking sides or anything, that I think we're going to crown a new cruiserweight champion here tonight. Oh, got the leg up, got the knee up, going up to the second rope. Got him by the neck. Oh, snapped him behind the ears. What is this move? Wow, look at that, Dan. Did you see that, the agility? A.J. Frost snapped him to the thing, snapped him over with the suplex, and is going for the cover. Here we go, Doug. Go get that belt. Oh, Baja kicked out. Wow. Got him covered again, too.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Honest, Doug, you know that.
I'm telling you right, A.J. Frost getting a little frustrated. That mean streak coming out, just punched him right in the forehead again.
Baja is tough as nails.
He's tough as nails, but Dan, he's in a bad way. He's in a bad way. He's trying to get that crowd behind him, but I don't know, because I'm telling you right now, AJ came out here with a game plan. He knew he was up 1-0. He said, we're going to make this short and sweet. 2 weeks in a row, and poof, I'm the cruiserweight champion. He don't want it to go to the third and final tiebreaker. Now, I guarantee you, Not saying that AJ would cheat, but if that referee gets out of position, you'll see AJ's feet go on those ropes, brother. And the referee right there on it.
He'll throw out the rule book.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Well, you know what they say, it ain't cheating unless you get called.
Well, that's exactly right. And, you know, AJ Frost will hit you with a rule book if the referee ain't looking. So here we go. Uh-oh, Baja fighting back. Flips him over. Baja's in a bad way. He's limping there. Oh, catches him right in the midsection. Oh, look at this. Look at this. What is this deal, Dan?
He's going to go for a victory roll.
Oh, here we go. What do we got here? 1, 2. Oh, and AJ kicks out at 2.5. And AJ's upset. Double hammer to the chest. Man, he got caught out of position. He got upset at Baja, and Baja paid the price. 1, 2, and oh, I thought we had a new cruiserweight champion right there. Referee getting on the referee. AJ getting on the referee, but referee's consistent. He counts the same pace. You know, he doesn't get addled. Big slam by the freak daddy, AJ Frost. Dan, I think this might be a mistake. He told everybody in the building, including Baja, that he was going up to the top rope. Oh, big! Wow! Moonsault and missed it! I think if he'd have hit him, there would have been no doubt we'd have had a brand new cruiserweight champion, but Baja moved out of the way at the last possible minute. AJ's in a bad way. The referee started the 10 count.
Took a little too much time, Bill.
Oh, and Baja with a short clothesline and an elbow. Wow, momentum has switched that easy. I think Baja, I don't even know if he can go with the cover. This may end in a 10 count, Doug. AJ's getting up. AJ's getting up. Getting the referee out of the way. Uh-oh, what do we got here?
Small package.
It's over, it's over. The winner of the match in 8 minutes, 6 seconds, Baja! Well, wrestling fans, that quick, brother. They went 7 or 8 minutes wide open. Baja saw the opening, rolled him up, and it's 1-1. We're going to a tiebreaker, Doug. What do you think?
Well, it ought to be a great tiebreaker, but why don't we add something into it? I'm thinking about something. How about a ladder match, Bill? How's that ring your bell?
Oh, my God. Are you talking about our next TV taping on July
Next TV tape, listen to this in a ladder match.
There you have it, TV fans. Unbelievable. The promoters sitting here at ringside, I always like it when they're out here. They get real creative, and they set things up. July the 8th, they're going to settle it for the Cruiserweight Champion with a ladder match. We'll be back after this commercial break. Dan, if we do some quick calculations, we got almost well over a half a ton of weight in there. Big Willie and Big Country at a total combined weight of a slim, trim, fit, and ready 792 pounds. Mack Truck and Hardcore Hunter 538. That's 1,342 pounds, I think, brother. That's almost 3/4 of a ton. Man, I hope the ring will hold all the action. The little referee looks like a bug in there checking Big Mack Truck. Mack Truck, 6'5", 275 pounds, and here comes
Bill Hazelwood.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I feel like my life.
You tell it right. They are the heavyweight champions. They gonna stay the heavyweight champions, the tag team heavyweight champions, right here in Chester, South Carolina, with the APW.
Once again, wrestling fans, the opinions of Colonel Dickie Doolittle is not necessarily the opinions of everybody here at Action Pack Wrestling, but that was him guaranteeing victory, sort of the 1968 Super Bowl, you know, when the Jets guaranteed victory over the Baltimore Colts. But Dan Parris, time will tell. The next 30 minutes will tell the story. Big, did I say big? Big Country in there, about to tie up with the big mother trucker, Mack Truck, Dan Parris.
I'm going to tell you what, Bill, this dadgum big giant, Big Country, we've seen him around for a few years. He is a mountain of a man.
There is no doubt about it, and you know, I guarantee you, nothing personal, but I'd be willing to bet this big man has been banned from a few buffets.
You know, I just purchased the watermelon outside the building, and you come down here in the summertime, that's a summertime favorite. And I bet you this fella could eat about 3 of them at one time.
Oh, no doubt. They look like walnuts in his hand. That's a big man right there. They said they weighed at a total combined weight of 792. But I think about 450 or 460, maybe more of that is Big Country. But I'm going to tell you right now, he can move for a big man.
Big Country, and I'm not hoping he gets insulted by this, but got to be every bit of 500 pounds.
I'm going to tell you right now, his left boot probably weighs more than I do. I'm going to tell you right now. But like I said, he's agile for a big fella. He carries it well. He is solid as a rock. But I'm going to tell you, his speed is deceptive.
And I bet Big Willie on a Sunday could eat a whole bucket of chicken by himself.
Including the bucket. Look at this Big Mack truck trying to, oh! I'll tell you right now, that was the gluteus maximus move right there, and Mack truck moved out of that way by fear. Oh, and he run into that mountain of man. That was not a good move. And Hardcore Hunter goes down the hard way, and they have both felt the wrath of Big Country. Look at Big Country. He's quick. He's sudden for a big man. And he's tagging in the smaller, and I say that jokingly, the smaller of his tag team, Big Willie, who goes well over 300 pounds. And, man, they went to work on the left arm of Big Mack truck. Oh, a thumb to the eyes. And Mack truck gets out of there, and Hardcore Hunter, true veteran, tags in, kicks to the midsection, big open fist, and another to the forehead, and another. Going to work on Big Willie. And like I said before, these guys, man, we're loaded up with tag team talent here at Action Pack Wrestling. Look at that, the big man with a big hip toss, and one on Big Mack truck, and Big Willie going to work. Big scoop and a big slam. He goes down the hard way. And up goes the big mother trucker. Can you imagine two thugs jumping these guys at a buffet line or maybe trying to get in front of somebody? They've had a bad day if Big Willie and Big Country get a hold of you. And they've broken it up, and Colonel Dickie Doolittle trying to get the momentum shifted. And I'll tell you, I've said it before. You know, a manager might get 15%. He might get 20%. They said Elvis Presley's manager got 50% but earned every dime of it. There is no doubt that Colonel Dickie Doolittle earns every dollar he makes. His job was to get the titles on his men, and he did it. And his job is to keep the titles on his men. Because the golden rule, those who have the gold make the rules, and I'll tell you, they make the more money, and he's earning his dollars because, for all practical purposes, it's 3-on-2 in there, Dan.
Yeah, Bill, you're right. And I'll tell you what, the tag team division here is pretty
outstanding. It's packed.
Yeah.
It's loaded up. I mean, it is. I've said it before. In other federations, other regions of the world, it's a lost art, but not here at Action Pack Wrestling. You've seen wrestling fans in the last couple weeks, 3 or 4 tag team matches, and I'll tell you right now, Big Willie with a big elbow on Hardcore Hunter, and these guys work great. And, of course, without a doubt, Mack Truck and Hardcore Hunter, the two veterans in there, seasoned veterans, dress alike, travel up and down the road, know each other like the back of their hand. Oh, he went for the ride by the two big men.
Double back body drop.
You know, I don't even know if this is in Big Willie's or Big Country's repertoire, but can you imagine a splash? Or maybe if they just tripped and fell on you by one of these big boys, they could break some ribs. They could end a career. Big Willie and Big Country together are probably as big as a Volkswagen. I mean, they are something. But
they got to do something with this guy.
I'm going to tell you right now, both of them moving in on him, 500, and he just shot them in like they were nothing. Double reverse up. Did you see the ring move about a foot? Wow. Big Country has went to work right here on Tough Guys Incorporated, and he is cleaning house, tagging in Wee Willie, the smallest of the two right there.
Bill, I tell you what, I'm not a favorite of people doing this, but if I was Dickie Doolittle, I probably would reach in there and grab a hold of Big Country's ankle and take him down, and then they need to go to work on that leg.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. You got to get this big man off your feet. You can't do something with a 500-pound man who's 6'5" and moves like he's a lightweight while he's on his feet. You cannot do it. I mean, he does what he wants, when he wants, to who he wants. But ain't no doubt about it. And, oh, Big Willie, oh, big clothesline with authority from Hardcore Hunter. And he's tagging in the big mother trucker, Mack Truck. And they've zeroed in on the smaller guy. Big boot to the back of the neck, right in the middle of the shoulders. And another knee down around the kidney area. And he's got him down on the mat and immediately goes for the cover. Sign of a veteran, going for the cover. More psychological than anything. But I'll tell you right now, they need to keep Big Country in that big corner, because that big man could be one half of the new APW Tag Team Champions here in a few minutes if you're not careful.
And, you know, right now, Tough Guys Incorporated, Hunter Thompson, Big Mack Truck, they're the champs, and they got to do whatever it takes. And, you know, usually I'm in favor of people winning fair and square. All the time I am. You know, be a competitive athlete. But I'm going to tell you, these guys are going to have to do whatever they can.
Oh, and they've upset the big man, and here he comes. Referee looks like a bug trying to push an elephant back.
They got to do whatever they can to keep the belts, Bill.
Well, and you've hit on something there, Dan. In professional wrestling, you don't have to lose the belts. They got to take them from you. You can win by disqualification, not to mention any names, but I've seen Ric Flair 100 times over the years just get counted out, get that belt, get in his Cadillac, and leave. Okay? So Big Country and Big Willie have got to win the belts. They've got to beat Hunter Thompson, Hardcore Hunter Thompson, and Big Mack Truck. They don't have to beat these guys. They can hang on to the belts by DQ. Dickie Doolittle can get involved. I've seen that before. So it's a lot harder to get the belts off the champs once they get them, especially guys like that who've got a manager, who will do anything to have his guys keep the belts.
And I'll tell you what, they're going to have to rely on Dickie Doolittle to survive this match.
Oh, no doubt about it. They're at a weight disadvantage, okay? I thought I'd never say this. How in the world can Hardcore Hunter, who weighs 250 pounds, be the smallest man in the ring other than the referee? Mack Truck is 6'5", 275, and he's the second smallest man in the ring. So like you said, I think that Doolittle is going to get involved before the end of the match to help these guys hold on to the belts, because if not, we may be crowning new APW Tag Team Champions. Oh, just belligerent. Slapped him in his mouth, and Big Willie, big foot to the midsection. Forearms to the shoulder blades. Going to work.
Those are fists, Bill.
Oh, those fists? Okay. Throws him out. Outside and going right outside after him. Action's broken loose here on the floor. Cameraman right on top of the action. This is for the APW, the Action Pack Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship. And like I said earlier in the show, these guys know the rules. And see, Big Country's got in there for all practical purposes and hurt his team.
Whoa, take a look.
Oh, and Dickie Doolittle getting involved. Big Country getting in there. The referee's getting him back outside there. So the count's got to start over. So they get a beat on him for another 10 seconds. So Big Country is not helping his cause, not helping his team, definitely not helping his team win the titles. See, he got to the 3 count, but they broke up the count twice, so they were out there 30 seconds just beating on him.
Big Willie is in bad shape.
Bad way. Hunter Thompson off that second rope. Hardcore Hunter, double axe handle, once again has tagged in Mack Truck. I don't know if you keep in count or not, Dan, but they have tagged in about 4 times as often as Big Country and Big Willie. They are a tag team technicians. They're tag team experts, hence they're the tag team champions. They keeping the fresh man in the ring. They're grounding their opponent. They've isolated one of the weaker guys or the smaller guy, however you want to say it. There's a cover, and they've come out with a game plan, and they've went to work.
Right now, Big Willie Presley in a world of trouble.
Big time hurt. Fighting back on Mack Truck, just falls down out of exhaustion. And you can say what you want to. It takes a lot to walk around with 390 pounds on you. That's the key to that deal. You don't think that Big Country's in good shape. Put your sister and your brother on your back and walk around the house. That would be about 500 pounds. It takes a lot of muscle just to carry that big man around. Both men, the referee's getting up there. What is it, 7? Oh, look at Mack Truck. That's a sign of a veteran. So close, but yet so far. And in comes Hardcore Hunter and goes to work on that midsection. And the fans here at the Action Pack Wrestling Coliseum saying, cheater, cheater. But that's right, wrestling fans. You too can be part of this at 110 Helen Street every Friday night, 8 o'clock. As you're watching us here on your favorite TV station in the Rock Hill, Charlotte, Chester area, there's nothing like being up close and personal. Come to the show. We'll make you famous. But back to the action in the ring. He's got a, rear chin lock?
What he's got him in.
5 holds tonight, I've learned, Dan. 5 holds. Look, let me just touch you. I may learn a 6th one by just blowing the Balkan mind meld on you. But I'm going to tell you right now, he's leaning on him. He's got his knee in that kidney area. You can sit at home, but if you analyze what's going on, you've got a 250-pound man leaning on you, okay, with his arm around your neck and his knee in your kidney. So you're carrying your weight. You're trying to breathe. You're carrying his weight. This is a lot more testing, a lot more tiring to Big Willie than it looks.
Well, what you just hit on is right. Big Willie's having to carry Hunter Thompson's weight on his back.
Absolutely. Going with the 2 elbows to the midsection. Big open fist. Big Willie needs to make a tag. He's making a mistake going fisticuffs. See, he should have tagged right there. He should have tagged. I think he's making a mistake. He better tag. Look at him. He's exhausted. He's exhausted. He don't even know where he's at.
He's in the wrong part of town right now.
He's on the wrong side of the tracks. Shoots him into the opposite corner. Double clothesline, and see, he's out of position. He's out of position. He's got to crawl over Hardcore Hunter. Hardcore Hunter's the fresher of the two men. Big Willie hadn't even got up yet.
Both men need a tag, but I'd say Big Willie Presley.
Willie's in a world of hurt.
He needs it work.
Absolutely. Big Country, the fresher man. Is he going to make it? Tag is made, and in comes Truck, and here comes Big Country. And, brother, he is going to work with big clotheslines. There's another. What's he going to do on Hunter? Wow, did you see the big agile man? He kicked him square in the head. Got his foot 5, 6 feet off the ground. Look at that. Oh, my God, Dan. Dropped a 250-pound leg on him, followed with 350 pounds of body weight. This is it. We're going to have new champions. Look at Dickie. Look at Dickie Doolittle save his men's title. Put the man's leg on the ropes. The referee wasn't looking. Dickie Doolittle earned his paycheck right there. Oh, and he may be paying the price. Big Country's got a hold of him. Oh, and Dickie goes down and out. Big Country with that deceptive speed. And oh, what is this, Dan? What is this? It's the Soda City Bad Boys. What has gone wrong here? The referee's calling for the bell. Pandemonium's broke loose. What is up with this? These guys obviously got some heat of some kind. Referee calling for the bell. This is going to be a disqualification, but the Soda City Bad Boys have went to work on Big Willie and Big Country. And there goes Hunter Thompson and Big Mack Truck along with Dickie Doolittle. And those tag team belts, they're still the champs, but going on in the ring, they are just beating the bejesus out of these guys, man. I don't know what's going on, but I need to get to the bottom of it. I'll tell you right now, wrestling fans, I don't know what has happened here.
Soda City Bad Boys want a crack at the belts. That's what it is.
Must be, you know, like I said, man, it's pride, it's ego, it's money, it's exposure. You know, TV makes you famous, man. They really, really do. So these guys, like you said, they probably want, you know, a tag team shot. But there's going to be the winner by disqualification.
Hey, John, I guess you guys want a crack at the belt.
Those belts are coming where they deserve to be, around our waist.
There we got it.
What's going on?
The referee has counted out, disqualified both teams. This is a double disqualification.
I'll tell you right now, wrestling fans, you know, Big Willie and Big Country, man, I'll tell you, you have opened a can of worms, Dan, that these guys right now are probably, are they going to the back, Dan? Oh, here they go. Here they go. I don't know what's going on. I'm hearing it in my ear here. They just went through the curtains. I don't know what's going on back there. Hopefully we got a camera to follow them out. I'll tell you right now, wrestling fans, we'll be back from a commercial break. I don't know. We might be going to the back. I'll guarantee you they're going to get some revenge. I'm going to go in the back and see what's going on.
All right, Bill. Here we go, fans. It's for the belt. Zack Salvation. John Skyler. And this thing is off and running before we're even started. Bill Hazelwood even getting caught in the thing here. And it's on and running.
Right, Dan Parris, I didn't even get to announce these guys right now. Zack Salvation just rushed the ring and went to beating the bejesus out of John Skyler. These guys got a lot of animosity, a lot of history. You know, a few weeks back, they were on a TV taping, and one show couldn't hold it, man. We went off the air after they went for 15 long minutes, and we had to open up a next week's show with these guys going another 15 minutes. They went 30 solid minutes, and I'm going to tell you right now, no clear-cut winner, and I'm going to tell you, Zack Salvation is bound and determined not only to keep that APW heavyweight champion, but to show John Skyler why he is the action-packed wrestling heavyweight champ.
That's what I was getting ready to mention. Zack is, I don't know how many times he's held the belt, but
Three times.
Okay.
Three times APW champion, and he has beaten John Skyler in a 60-minute battle royal. For the second time, I think he won it, or maybe the third, I'm not sure. So these guys have definitely got some history with each other. They know each other like the back of their hand. And like I said, they went 30 minutes nonstop beating, excuse my French, the hell out of each other. And I'll tell you, I think it's going to be much of the same here tonight.
Both men at different times have held like Phil Shatter to 30-minute draws.
Oh, absolutely.
Here in Chester.
No doubt about it. You know, Impact Wrestling superstar Phil Shatter. You know, they went the distance with him, and I'm gonna tell you that's not an easy task. Phil Shatter just, you know, a walking cardiovascular machine. You know, John Skyler going to the ropes, gonna break that hold of Zack Salvation. Zack got that. Oh, elbow on the break. John Skyler taking the shortcut.
Talking to both these men in the back before we went on the air here, Bill. And John Skyler said, you know, we're pretty well even, but tonight is my night.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, attitude's a lot. You know, if you're going in there thinking you're going to lose or, you know, you're hoping for a victory, hell, you've already lost in pro wrestling. You know, we discussed this earlier. You know, not always the best wrestler wins, you know, and everybody's got their night. And, you know, it's tough. You know, it ain't like boxing. You get a title, you might defend it maybe 3 times a year. You know, Brock Lesnar, you know, when he was a champion in UFC, fought 2 or 3 times a year. These guys defend this title week in and week out, even on the independent circuit, every Friday, every Saturday, a lot of Sundays, you know, 3 or 4 nights a week they're wrestling, defending that title somewhere. You know, you can't have a bad night. You really cannot. You know, Nature Boy Ric Flair said one time, you know, that wrestled 262 consecutive nights defending the NWA World Heavyweight Champion without a break. You can't have a bad night when you're the champ. And when you're the champ, you're a marked man.
Man, they're on the outside. This is...
Oh, and this is the dangerous part. There is no padding on this floor. These are like solid steel ring guards around here. You got the solid steel ring post. Okay, we talked about this before, and there it is, the edge of that mat with no padding on it. And John Skyler, hell, did he just go down to the floor? He went to swing at Zack Salvation, and Zack broke up the count and rolled back out. You know, this is always the dangerous part.
You know, no man's land, right?
Well, inside the ring, you know, a trained professional wrestler knows that ring like the back of his hand. He'll know the give of the ropes. He'll know the feel of the ring and all that stuff. But you're out there on the hard concrete, man. For all practical purposes, it's a street fight. These guys just went to beating the hell out of each other outside the ring on the concrete floor. Ooh, got his neck right there draped across that steel ring guard from our vantage point. And I'm going to tell you right now, John Skyler's... Now, he went in and broke up the count. These guys want to stay outside. John Skyler said, you want to fight me outside? I'll fight you outside, Zack Salvation.
Referee's kind of losing control here.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. I mean, he's just there to count. Oh, and a big, big chop. Heard it from over here 40 feet away.
Right now, I think they're trying to hurt each other, not necessarily win the match.
Yeah, there's a lot of animosity here, man. There is a lot of animosity. These guys have wrestled each other in Charlotte. Oh, God. They've wrestled each other in Charleston. They've wrestled each other here in Chester several times. They've wrestled each other in Columbia, Orangeburg, Gastonia. I mean, they've been up and down the road and over and under and all over the stuff. And Zack Salvation has managed to hang on to that belt. And John Skyler's kind of getting tired of it. You know, he's probably just getting tired of it. He's got to cover. 1, 2. Zack Salvation kicking out, and look here, pushes him right back. See, a psychological effect. There was no way he was going to pin him there. But the psychological effect, I've tried to pin you there 2 times in 3 seconds.
Right now, he's just trying to wear him down.
Absolutely. Now, that's a task in itself. You talk about a walking, talking, cardiovascular machine. Zack Salvation is the man. A couple weeks back, Dan, he was in the back. Looked like he was standing on his head, but he wasn't. He was standing on his hands doing push-ups with his feet straight up in the air. I'd never seen anything like it. I got tired just watching him. So, I mean, these guys are trained. You know, Zack has told me before that he trains at the mixed martial arts places the way they train with the big tires, beating on it with a hammer, you know, with that big, that's what they call it, sledgehammer. So, I mean, he is a big elbow, world-class athlete. And taking nothing away from John Skyler, a beautiful textbook standing drop kick right there on the reigning APW champion, Zack Salvation.
Oh, yeah, he got him with all the brunt of that.
And, you know, you can say what you want to. If you look at a drop kick, probably one of the most devastating moves in wrestling. Targets the head area, okay? 240-pound man's up, cocks his leg back, and for all practical reasons, kicks you right in the head. So, I mean, it's a devastating move. Big double axe handle. Rake to the eyes by
And you know,
Skyler.
Bill, your legs are 3 times as strong as your arms.
Strongest muscles in your body, absolutely. Attached to the strongest set of your body, which is your gluteus maximus. Didn't know I'd know that word, did you, Dan? There you go. What'd you call a while ago? Latissimus dorsi. Didn't you use that word?
Trapezius hold on your neck muscle.
Trapezius, latissimus dorsi, pectoralis majors, pectoralis minors, upper and lower abdominals. Hey, man, I watch a P90X. Okay.
I learned mine from Gordon Soley.
There you go, the dean of professional wrestling. And John Skyler raking it across that second ropes, got his leg on the back of his neck, using that 5 count to his full advantage. Man can't fight if a man can't breathe.
7 minutes, and these guys are going
Took a breath,
non-stop.
Dan. Hell, I can't stop talking because I can't take a breath long enough to stop calling the action. These guys are going full force, man. Oh, big double thrust right into the throat area. And down goes Zack Salvation, and John Skyler just continues to kick him as he's
A
down.
little bit of a martial arts showdown right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you know, these guys are trained in all kinds of things. The catch is catch can form of wrestling. Shades of Gordon Soley, did you like that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What's he got him now? The abdominal stretch.
Otherwise called the standing guillotine.
Oh, man, I know 6 wrestling holds tonight, Dan. I'm feeling so honored, and I'm feeling so much smarter. I'm not smarter than a 5th grader, but I am smarter than the average wrestling fan. No pun intended. But I know 6 wrestling holds now.
And you know what this hurts? Everything.
That's exactly right. I was getting ready to say, I knew there was a punchline to that deal. It hurts everywhere. It's easier to name the areas that don't hurt than the areas that it does. He's stretching the legs. Oh! And just a powerhouse move by Zack Salvation. And kind of, did you see how he jumped? It kind of stretched him back into the normalness and blocked. There we go with a big right. The normalness of his body, because, you know, Skyler had him stretched in a way he wasn't supposed to go.
Right.
And these guys been going wide open for 9 minutes. I'm halfway through a bottle of water, just getting tired watching them.
Skyler lands on his feet, almost going to the floor.
Absolutely. Big right hand and another. And a third. And the crowd getting behind the Queen City Killer, Zack Salvation. Oh! Wow, a gore. A gore through the second ropes. We may be looking, oh, Dan, I thought that was going to be a new APW heavyweight champion right there. He gored him through the second ropes, man. What a move.
John Skyler outfoxed him.
John Skyler, I'm going to tell you right now, young man has been wrestling less than 2 years. I remember his first match. It was above, I can't remember the name of the town, but we were in a National Guard Armory above Santee, South Carolina, about 20 minutes. And John Skyler had his first match and has never looked back. If you ask anybody, 99 people out of 100 would tell you this young man has been wrestling a lot longer than 2 years because he is a student of the game. He stays busy, he stays in shape, he wrestles every chance he gets in front of 10 people or in front of 1,000 people. He gives it all he's got because he's a student of the game, and right now it shows it because he is testing the reigning Action Pack Wrestling champion, Zack Salvation, and doing a great job at it. Got him in a scissors lock with them strong leg muscles that you talked about, Dan.
Body scissors.
Body scissors, my 7th wrestling hold I know of the night now. Zack is 6 inches from the ropes. He might as well be 60 feet.
You know who popularized this move?
I don't know, but I'm certain I'm about to find out.
Frank Gotch.
Frank Gotch, the German. Ole Anderson said one time that he was joking about wrestling Frank Gotch, and he said Gene picked him up the next week to go to Greenville, South Carolina, and he looked over and said there was Frank Gotch. And Frank Gotch told him, he said, I heard you want to wrestle me. He said, you need to bring a lunch because I want to wrestle you all day.
I think you think you're confusing Carl Gotch.
Carl Gotch, I knew you were new. See, I knew the kid. There you go, the
But they're-
Gotch. Okay, Frank
Right.
Gotch and Carl Gotch. I knew it was a Gotch. I was close, Dan.
Frank Gotch was one of the first ever NWA world champions.
Oh, okay. Who was Carl Gotch then?
Well, he was like a predecessor to Luthed. Wait a minute, we got a body scissors. And Zack Salvation's got him up. Piggyback, airplane spin like, dropped him.
I know who Frank Gotch was. Frank Gotch went 3 hours and 12 minutes in Soldier Field in Chicago for the NWA World title until the turn of the century.
Yeah.
Ah, see there, Dan Parris? You think I'm reading that out of a book, brother? I'm telling you right now, it takes a smart man to act as dumb as I look. People don't understand that pro wrestling at the turn of the century was the most watched sport in the world. There was no television. There was no radio. All there was telegraph and newspapers. Soldier Field, okay? drew over 100,000 people to watch two guys wrestle for 3 hours and 12 minutes. Okay, so I mean, you know, oh, where we go? We're talking about the turn of the century, and right here in the 21st century, we almost had a brand new champion.
Well, wrestling's probably been around since about the 1800s or so. And to be honest with you, it's still popular today. I mean, whether you're here on Friday night, watching it on TV, check it out.
You can say what you want to. Nothing against the WWE. WrestleMania outdrew the Super Bowl 2 years in a row in the stadiums where they played the Super Bowl. So they can say what they want to, brother. There's no doubt about it. One of the most popular sports ever and continues to be that way. But like I said, action-packed wrestling, Chester, South Carolina, not a bad seat. We got a new champ. No, we got Zack Salvation almost pinning John Skyler. Oh!
John Skyler lost his focus.
Exactly. Kind of like I lost my focus when I was talking about Carl Gotch and Ed Gotch and Fred Gotch, right?
Something like that.
Okay, whatever, Dan. It's my lie. Let me tell it however I want to. I don't know much, but we have a good time, brother. And you know what? We have a good time. I know it in my heart. You and I both are true wrestling fans first. You know, you might be a great color commentator, and of course I'm the world's greatest ring announcer, but we're wrestling fans first. I've been a wrestling fan since I was 8, and that was been 41 years. Okay, so I got you by a few years, Dan, but I've been a wrestling fan from back in the 70s. The original Sheik, Bobo Brazil, Famfiro, Furpo. You hear those names? You remember those? Absolutely, brother. So, Wild Bill Curry, Flying Fred Curry, all those names. But I'll tell you right now, these guys right here in the ring can rival any of those guys.
Well, what's happened today in the 2011 and what have you is these guys are they're in better shape, and the wrestlers they're definitely got a more risque style.
Well, they're more talented. I wouldn't say they're in better shape, because I don't think any of these guys can go 3 hours and 12 minutes. But the key is like we saw a while ago, these guys are using shades of martial arts. They're using the catch can style, plus the high flying that was never around until the late 70s, early 80s. Right. So, you know, the sport has definitely evolved. Just like baseball, just like football, just like track and field, just like mixed martial arts, it has definitely evolved. And you're looking at two of the evolutionary guys right here, right now, in Zack Salvation and John Skyler. Oh, big! Look at Zack Salvation go, brother. Look at him go! Dan, how long they've been going? 12 minutes?
They're 14.
14 minutes, and brother, he did more in 30 seconds than I did all of last week.
And John Skyler came in there with a chair, and it all got deflected, and
man, Zack Salvation shot into the corner, did a rollover, flipped off the back ropes. I lost him on the third turn of the second thing at Talladega. Brother, he was all over the place. I'm telling you. We went into a commercial break. I went to the bathroom, and he was still going. I'm telling you, right?
Still in the air, right?
He was still in the air, brother. These guys are world class. Big elbow. Oh, double thrust. Shoots him in. Follows him out. Duck under. Oh, double clothesline. And look at the kick up. Kicked up after 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I couldn't get out of the floor, okay, with the help of a tow truck. And the crowd getting behind the Queen City Killer, Zack Salvation here, brother, without a doubt. Man, if you're within the sound of my voice, you're missing it, buddy. Action-packed wrestling is that. It's wrestling packed with action. Did you like that, Dan?
That's what it is.
No doubt about it. Ooh, kick to the midsection. Into the second ropes. Follows him out. Telegraphed it. Duck under. Oh! Super kick. Caught him right in the side of the head. Caught him right in the side of the head. Right in the ear. Probably messed up his equilibrium. We got a new champ. Oh! Kicks out at 2.5. Man, that definitely messed up his equilibrium. He went into a corkscrew move and went to the mat.
Probably got him right in the eardrum. I couldn't tell, but...
You know, I wrestled in high school, and a boy kicked me in the ear one time. I didn't have my head protection on, and my ear rang. It seemed for like 15 minutes, but it was more like 15 seconds. But I didn't even know where I was at.
John Skyler setting him up for something.
Absolutely. Maybe he's waiting too long. I think he's waiting too long. Maybe it's just some kind of finishing move. What do we got here?
Going for sliced bread.
Oh, he telegraphed it. Zack Salvation did some kind of block there. Here he comes. Shoots in. Flying elbow. John Skyler in that far corner. Down to his knees. Oh, kicked him right in the head. Kicked him right in the head. John Skyler's out on his feet. Gets him up. What's he going to do right here? Going to be an angle slam? No, Skyler blocks it. Look at these guys go, Dan.
O'Connor rolling reverse cradle.
What was that?
Pat O'Connor rolling reverse cradle.
Pat O'Connor rolling reverse cradle. What a tongue twister. Say that fast 3 times with a beer in your hand. Absolutely. Man, I'm telling you right now, look at it. He's got him locked up with his legs, got a scissors lock on his head, and just beating him in the face. Wow.
That's a hard move to do, but I mean...
I am telling you what, wrestling fans. Unbelievable.
Go back into the 80s. Go back in the 80s. Tim Horner beat Road Warrior Hawk with the same move.
Why am I not surprised? You probably got that on DVD right now. You'll watch it tonight to make sure you said the right thing, right?
No, but I remember it.
Oh, okay. Road Warrior Hawk.
All right, he's on the turnbuckle.
Referee in the way. Oh, used the referee, baited him in, hit the top ropes, and down goes Zack Salvation to the lower extremities below the belt. Zack's hanging upside down, blood's rushing to his head.
Just a good old-fashioned nutcracker.
Ain't no doubt about it. He's taking off that tape. I thought he was going to use that as a weapon there for a second. John Skyler's just taking off the tape. Oh, is he choking him with it now? Oh, he just slapped the taste right out of the mouth of the Queen City Killer, Zack Salvation.
Fighting on that turnbuckle.
Dangerous, dangerous. It's 5 feet down to the mat, 10 feet down to this hard concrete floor. Holy hell.
Both men fighting for a suplex.
Man, I can't look. Well, I can risk one eye on anything. Here we go.
John Skyler's risking falling in the crowd.
Wow. Both of them on the outside. Both of them's on the outside of the ring. Man, this is dangerous here, Dan. Careers have been ended like this, brother. Careers have been... Oh! Both guys ate a face full of turnbuckle. Wow.
Both guys are down.
I think both guys are out. The referee is starting to count. Hell, Zack Salvation's over here in front of us on this side of the ring. He's not moving. Hold on, Dan. Skyler's face down on the other side. He's not moving. I don't think either one of these guys is going to make the 10 count. He's halfway through. Have we got any movement at all? Skyler's moving a little bit. Zack seemed like he's coming back too. I think both of them got knocked out. They both hit that turnbuckle. Ate a little steel, so to speak. Oh, they're not going to make it. It's a count out. The referee has counted both participants out. The referee has counted out both participants. This match is a double count out. Wow.
Man, what a bad way to end this
And
one.
I'm going to tell you right now, Dan, still no questions answered. Still no questions answered. What is Zack saying? Zack's going to the crowd for 5 more minutes. He's wanting 5 more minutes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should go in the back and ask Doug Hawkins, the promoter, if we can restart this match. The crowd is chanting 5 more minutes, and Zack, oh, John Skyler not waiting. John Skyler is not waiting. He's taking 5 more minutes for granted. He just went to work on the Queen City Killer, stomping him. And the referee's calling for the bell.
Are we restarting or no?
I think the referee's trying to break it up. I don't know. Let me go in the back and get with Doug Hawkins and see what's going on here, and I'll be right back.
I think we need these guys separated.
Need some help.
Bill Hazelwood running to the back to see what's going on. And we got a brawl going on right here. They're rolling around, exchanging punches. Referees ran to the back. These guys are trading blows. It's over, technically. Here comes referees. Jesse Windham, A.J. Frost, Lee Hawkins, Soda City Bad Boys. Locker room is spilling out. Baja, tons of guys in there. An incredible match. Wait a minute, John Skyler breaks loose. These guys need to be restrained. Zack Salvation breaks loose. These guys can't be separated. Bill Hazelwood running out here.
Hold on, guys. Keep apart. Oh, Lord.
Zack.
Get control, get control. You know, Winning the Judge Hawkins. What are we going to do about this? You know, this is the second week in a row these guys have wrestled and no finish. And he says that July the 8th, along with the ladder match to settle the cruiserweight champ, we're going to have a cage match between John Skyler and Zack and it will be AW July the 8th. We're going to finish in a cage. We are going to have closure. We're going to be a winner. July in cage.
John Skyler, July the 8th, you and me, Steele, cage.
Wow. Enough said.
Do you accept the challenge? Screw you. You accept the challenge. That's right. He accepts the challenge.
They were having it verbally. Hey, they're going at it again. It's been officially announced. July the 8th, these two will go at it in a cage match. John Skyler getting...
Wrestling fans, July the 8th, another big TV taping. There's nothing like being at action-packed wrestling. 5 feet from the ring, 10 feet from the violence. Bring a neighbor, bring a friend, bring an enemy, bring somebody. And remember, folks, if you're driving home, make sure you're in a car. But definitely, make sure it's your own. Good night, everybody.
Man, what a night. Zack Salvation still in the ring. Wow. Incredible night of wrestling right here. And we will see you soon. Action-packed wrestling, no doubt. We will be back in the future. You want action-packed wrestling, you want action excitement, you want to be right here every Friday night in Chester, South Carolina. Friday nights, 8 p.m., the new APW Arena, the place to be. Fans, for Bill Hazelwood, it's Dan Parris saying we're going to get out of here. Call it a night, and what a great night of wrestling. We'll see you at the matches. We'll see you soon with action-packed wrestling. So long for now.